Alright, we should be live now. Share to pages. Let people know that I am live now. Some people get in. Talking and stuff. Trying to pull up the chat on my phone. Welcome to Jacob V11. Hello, Ramikas. I'm just letting people know that starting now. Jacob V11 asks, hey, any fellow Texans here? Not that I'm aware, but I know High Powered's in Texas. I don't think he's going to be able to join us. Oh, they're from France. Ramicus is from France. I did not know that. Anime Queen of all Anime Queen of all trash anime. Trailer just come on. It's supposed to be coming at noon, so in about an hour. If it comes out on YouTube right away, that's actually part of the stream, I'm gonna be doing a live reaction to it. I've got my camera set up for that inevitability. All that needs to happen is it has to come out on YouTube. I'm not gonna be, Rooster Teeth just asks that you save all reactions for when the video drops on YouTube, so I'm gonna honor their wishes for once and wait until I do that. And really, the stream was an idea first. I've been wanting to stream since I hit 200 subscribers. It just hasn't worked out. We did that character breakdown podcast that lasted 4 hours and the audio got all messed up. And then I did my AMV. With the Darling Thieves cover of Rewrite by Asian Kung Fu Generations. And then I decided, you know what? I'm off on Labor Day, so I'm gonna do a stream. And then, yeah, that's how this video came about. And then it was announced sometime yesterday that the Blake trailer will be coming out at like noon today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something bold and do a live reaction to it in the middle of my stream. And when it drops, I'm actually gonna give you guys like 20 minutes or however, like a little longer than the video itself, to like open up a new tab, watch it, and then come back here to watch me react to it. I'm gonna do that for you guys, and in the meantime, I'll like write down the timestamp so that after the stream is done, I can go back to the video, cut the live reaction part out, and have that also as its own separate video. Because content. So basically, I'm gonna have 3 videos up by this time tomorrow, because there's the stream, and then there's going to be the reaction, and then there's also going to be the podcast we're doing tonight. We're doing a podcast tonight, we're going to catch up on Chibi, and we're going to talk about the Blake character short. So that's what we're doing on the stream tonight. Or this afternoon, rather. It's not even noon. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at. Well. Anyway, so I think that's enough dilly-dallying. Game we are playing, you couldn't tell by the banner, is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I just got this game last night. This is the first Deus Ex game I've played. I am familiar with its storied history. I do know that this is the 4th game. Human Revolution looked pretty freaking cool. Yeah, and this game looks pretty freaking cool too. Most of my setup time was spent getting my controller to work for the game. I did play the tutorial level. That was it. Welcome to the divided world. Years 2029. 2 years after a madman's attempt to teach a world A lesson sent millions of mechanically enhanced people into a killing frenzy. Tensions between Augs and Naturals have exploded since then. Extremists in both camps use violence to make their voices heard. Black market sales of weapons and augments have reached unprecedented heights, while the United Nations debates extreme measures to end societal divide. Against the backdrop of chaos, one man will struggle to expose its true source, Adam Jensen, Interpol's newest counterterrorism agent.
This is bad! They're closing in!
I'm back here.
Jensen, I can't reach him!
So I actually did this part last night. I guess it didn't save.
Jensen, this
I need to get used to the.
You need to disable that chopper.
Copy that.
I need to get used to the controls again. I used keyboard last night. I couldn't figure out how to use my. I couldn't figure out how to use my controller on this game.
Miller, chopper's been grounded. Repeat.
Jensen! You're welcome.
That was so much easier than last night. I think I tried like killing everyone, or not killing, but taking everyone down, knocking everyone out. Let me know how the audio levels are. Like, make sure you guys can hear me and hear the game just fine. Or if you want me to turn my voice up or turn the game audio down.
The Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you. No, stop! Plan. Scenes of horror on the streets of Detroit.
What kind of madness has gripped mechanically augmented people?
Shanghai, Los Angeles, Ankara, Dubai.
People are dying out there. Millions of people.
The search for survivors in Panchaea has been downgraded to a recovery mission.
The Czech Republic leads a growing list of countries calling for the relocation of its augmented citizens. It's a new world, Adam. It's afraid of people like us.
Bust into safe and secure.
So this game's really interesting. I also fell into some controversy over the whole Aug Lives Matter thing. Because how dare anybody paint Black Lives Matter in a negative light? EV11 says the audio is good. Okay, thanks. I need to know. I know the audio in the podcast was like all kinds of bad. The camera was way too close to me. My mic was way too close to me, rather.
I won't let it happen again.
Deus Ex, man, I did. I'm gonna skip this cutscene. I've seen it already. Saw that cutscene already.
Konečná stanice Růžičkovo nádraží. Příjezd za 5 minut.
This one too. Okay, yeah. This is when I turned it off.
No, I'm afraid they are not. What? The papers are no good. You just let my wife think. You, come here. Yes, you.
Oh, so sorry.
I'm very sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, Damn Clank! Why don't you watch where you're going?
Here, let me help you with that, ma'am.
And Jensen has such a freaking...
Man, seriously?
I could have gone with Sweetie. You get my message about Dubai?
Yeah. I'm glad you're all right, Adam. That ambush sounded pretty bad, man.
Not something I was expecting, that's for sure. Any idea who hit us?
Well, I'm sure your task force will come up with something. And that it won't be what the Juggernaut Collective digs up. Kinda odd, though, don't you think? Interpol sending your team, the Prague team, to Dubai in the first place?
Miller said they were scrambling.
Yeah,
Last
it
minute
is.
intel.
It's even weirder that they're sending us to Prague, of all places.
That's a lie.
Like, really?
Better get moving.
Of all the
The
European
Collective
cities,
has been
Prague...
keeping tabs on all task force divisions ever since we slipped you into one of them. We've got a team
Lilac,
of man. A
X,
hell of a lot
Lilacs,
faster than you guys.
says, hey,
Why send us?
hello, welcome to the stream. Play Deus Ex
The
Mankind
task force
Divided.
is an Illuminati front, like we all suspect. Doesn't make much sense to send them
God,
into an
Illuminati.
Unless they wanted our team to see
If
something
there's one
officially.
thing I wish people would just shut up about, it's the Illuminati. That's one conspiracy theory that I'm just so sick of.
Don't make a scene, Adam.
But
Wouldn't
this
dream
guy's
of it,
running.
Alex.
They look like they're from something else.
I swear it's gotten even worse here in the past few days. Everyone looking over their shoulder. Terrified Augs like us are going to attack them again.
Somebody probably will. Treat people like animals long enough, they'll start acting like animals.
Yep.
Say that like there's nothing we
freaking
could do to stop it.
I already tried 2 years ago. It didn't work out so
So
well.
these on terrorists are basically the White Fang.
Are you saying we should just give up? Let hatred and prejudice take over? To hell with that!
I'm saying I can only go after enemies I see, Alex. The men who caused all this, the true power brokers, they're the ones I need to stop. I thought you knew that.
I do. You, me, the Juggernaut Collective, we're all trying to stop them. It doesn't mean turning a blind eye to
Then help me find them.
Dude, I'm loving Adam Jensen. He just, like, in that line, he just freaking summarized all my feelings for, like, Black Lives Matter. And, well, more Antifa than Black Lives Matter. Like, even though I give BLM a hard time, I can at least sympathize with them.
I hate this city. Come on.
Antifa's
You're
the one
right
that
about
are
Dubai, about the Illuminati
troublemakers.
needing your team as
And nothing
witnesses.
but.
Then we need to find out why.
He looks
Who
like
gave you the
someone.
order to mobilize?
Miller did. But it probably came from someone higher up the chain.
Doesn't mean he's not in on it. Ever heard of the NSN?
A neural subnet,
Kevin
sure.
Ho said, I really like the
NTF-29
landscape design.
directors use it to plan
Yeah,
ops
I
and
saw.
communicate privately in
I'm
cyberspace.
very familiar with Razor
What's
Fist
this?
content. He's actually the one
Custom-made
who
wiretap device.
tweeted this game out
Inside the NSN's
at the
motherboard.
beginning of the week and saying, like,
the
hey, it's
Western
75%
Chainers,
off.
leader
You
of the hacktivists.
are
Never
retarded
gonna
if
beat
you
this guy.
don't pick this
Someday,
game up for
maybe.
$7.
Right now, you need to concentrate on Miller and find a way to access the
And so
NSN's motherboard.
I picked it. That's why I picked it up. That and I actually had the money to spend. Uh-oh. It's like Berkeley all over again. But anyway, what I was saying about the landscape, the level design
You okay?
is the original creator
Let's get
of
outta here.
Deus Ex, I think. Was it Warren Spector, I believe? I think it was Warren Spector said something about like, I want to make the one block RPG.
Check it out.
I don't want to be
Careful.
like this expand. I just want to do one city block and have every single building fully explorable with side missions and backstory stuff and world building and all that stuff. Like, that was his dream, and from what I heard, this is the game that comes closest to achieving that. Relaxing, God, well, it like our world with everyone being so hesitant if we'll start. Yeah, with North Korea. Yeah, that's a very relevant statement, especially with everything that's going on with like North Korea. North Korea should have been dealt with 20 years ago. We shouldn't have let it get this. We shouldn't have let it turn into an inevitability. Yeah, gotta agree with the Jacob V11 there. Screw Antifa. Right now, I'm gonna check something. This is loading. Oh, hold on. Pra. 30 hours after the incident, but I missed it.
Hold on. Shit. Alex, it's Adam.
Hey, you sound like shit. How you feeling?
Sore, but I'll be alright. Are you okay?
Oh, don't tell me he freaking pulled a Samus and lost all of the power-ups he had.
Jesus, how fucked up is that to think, huh?
Oh,
I said,
God.
Alex, my system's acting up a little, so
He did.
I've got to get checked out. But if you want to meet or...
What? No, I'm fine. You just take care of you. This girl's built
But I was
tough.
saying hold on
Give me a call
because
when you're useful again,
it
okay?
looks like the Blake trailer just dropped.
Talk to you soon.
Like ahead of schedule. I'm still gonna wait a while before I do the live reaction thing. I really want to make sure it's on YouTube. I want to give it a while to break up some views. Probably is a pretty town. It's just in a Deus Ex game. Oh. Use the shower, it's like heavy rain. What year is this? This game came out last year. Game came out in 2016. That was Lilacs that asked that. I refuse to believe that's what the sound of a mechanical hand wiping glass sounds like.
Open blinds.
Good morning, Adam. You have one new message.
From?
David Sarif.
Play it.
Adam, it's David. I know it's been a while, but after what happened in Prague yesterday... Look, son, whatever reasons you've had for not getting in touch these last 2 years, well, life's too short. I'm leaving for London soon, but...
Make myself a sandwich.
You saved his VidCall number?
Yes, Adam. Just activate your TV system.
Regardless of augmented status, have been imprisoned by the Chinese government. In apparent retribution for that act, vigilante hackers tied to the Juggernaut
It's a
Collective...
good idea to take shower with all the prosthetics.
Yes,
Lilac says, Ramika says, is it a good idea to take shower with all the prosthetics? Cybernetic limbs, I mean. And Lilac said no. I'm gonna have to agree with Lilac. I just don't see that working.
Quality, excellence. Santo, restoring the past.
But then again, I'm not overly familiar with how this world works, so for all I know, it could be like he could freaking swim for all anyone cares.
Today, I'm here to bring you a glimmer of hope. European-based construction giant the Santo Group has
Adam! Thanks for calling me back, son.
Seraph.
I heard about the bombing in Prague. It's all over the news. Did anyone you know get hurt?
Guess no.
You
For
know
me to say guess
Tend
no
to
would
keep to
be
myself.
a shame to get his
Surprised you
arms
even
and
know I'm
legs
here.
rusted.
It's
It could
a
be
full call.
stainless.
Applied for the job. Part of their
I'd
extensive
be more worried about like
background checks. I gave you a glowing
tetanus.
recommendation.
Thanks.
like the insides or screws or something rust and
What do you
then
want?
it infects him.
Jeez, Adam. I know I did some questionable things in the past, but a lot's happened in the last 2 years.
That would suck.
To both of us.
Goad or concede? Go with... Worth. I made it out of... Obviously, like... No, unlike him. I don't want to guilt trip
That's
him.
true. For what it's worth, I'm glad you made it out of Panchaea.
Thank you. It wasn't easy, as I'm sure you know. I was at death's door by the time the rescue crews pulled me out of the wreckage, and while the doctors were stitching me back together, my company fell apart. Wasn't anything I could do to stop it, not from a hospital bed.
I heard Tai Young Medical bought everything up.
They're the only biotech corporation that could after the incident. Our patents, our tech, everything. Oh well, sometimes one dream has to die so another can rise from its ashes.
I'm gonna go up and move on because I don't know who Megan or
The
Richard
message
are.
said you were going to London.
I'm not invested.
Casual trip?
That
Or
seems
is
like
this
something
tied
for
to
people who
military?
played the other games.
I'm meeting with the Santo Group, Nathaniel Brown and his investors.
Santo. They built the Udalek complex, the Og Ghetto, here in Prague. Why are you meeting with them?
Alright, so confirmation the Blake trailer has not...
You've heard of the Safe Harbor Initiative?
I've heard of
Oh.
Rabia. The walled city
Yeah.
he and his company are building in the desert for Ogs.
Rabia's just a part of it. We're talking about self-sustaining,
unlisted?
energy-efficient arcologies that can be replicated anywhere on Earth. Cities built.
Alright, so the Blake trailer has
augmented.
released. I'm gonna
The
post a
dream of
link in the
self-controlled
chat.
Human evolution lives on.
It may not seem like it right now, son, but one day people will move on from the incident, and when that happens, we'll be ready for it. I'm glad we caught up, Adam. I've always tried to look out for you, you know. That bombing yesterday.
You didn't call to talk about the bombing. Just ask.
It's nothing, really. I just need a signature so I can finish filing the bankruptcy paperwork.
You need my signature?
Yeah, apparently there was some kind of bureaucratic mix-up caused by you being declared legally dead for a year. The apartment in Detroit was leased in your name even though we paid for it.
Fine. Send me the paperwork.
So, after this cutscene, or whatever,
Really.
Goodbye,
I'm
Sam.
gonna tab out and get the stuff set up, so... So, if you guys will, open up a new tab, click on the link I just posted, chat, and watch the Blake short. I'm gonna mess with the controls while you guys are doing that. So it's gonna be boring, I'm not gonna be talking much anyway. liking these controls a lot more. Okay, I need to get off Facebook because I'm in danger of spoiler. So, Free Kill 13, High Powered said, the Blake trailer is on Ruby Republic. Yes, I posted a link, to the video, and I already encouraged everyone on the stream to check it out. I'm actually getting ready to do my live reaction, and to prove that, magic! It's actually me, Dio. I mean, mediocrity 4. This is what I actually look like. So that. So in about like, push that link at 11:17. That's how long is it? It's only 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna give it another 2 or 3 minutes. Let everyone see it. That's in the chat. See it. Can you not hear me? Or are you just not listening? I've been saying that. Blake trailers on Ruby Republic. There's literally a link right above you to it. Alright, so I'm going to... card said, rip me. Also, my headphones are off. Box gun. Lucky before it's taken down. Is it gonna get taken down? Because it's Rooster Teeth's website. It's Rooster Teeth's channel. And look, scanning the comments without getting spoiled. It's unlisted. Did they send it just to the reactors or something? I don't know, should I do the reaction now or should I wait? I'll let you guys decide. I just don't want to get in trouble with like copyright police. If they just sent it to the reactors, then hey, guess what we're doing? We're reacting, I mean, I just pretty much showed you just how easy it is to get a reaction video set up. Like, seriously, just fire up OBS, display capture, camera, action. That or someone doesn't understand how time zones work. Well, I mean, part of this stream is reacting to the trailer when it's on YouTube, and it's technically on YouTube, so you know what? Let's watch. I'm just gonna turn my display capture down quite a bit, so you guys won't be able to hear it very well. Herrera, and you are a reactor. You can do it. I can do this. I can do this. I can win. All right. So if you guys don't know already, not the biggest fan of Blake. I have a couple videos expressing that opinion. So here we go. I love the diversity in the Faunus background characters. It just makes everything in Menagerie way more visually interesting than anything that happened in Vale. Oh, we got flashback. Do 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 do. So so much for them not having CCT. Atlas. See, I love the scale, guys. I mentioned that in the podcast we did for the Menagerie episode. I'm sensing some Rooster Teeth trying to be topical with that. Ilya transhuman confirmed. Where does she keep her weapon? Ah, October 14th. Well, that was the Blake trailer. Not a lot to talk about. I don't want to. Uh, um, catch up with the chat before I get back started. Mika said, more diversity. Oh, goodness. As freaking bunch of shit libs Rooster Teeth are on Twitter, I would not be surprised if that's exactly where they're going with it. The Trucer Herrera said, only I have for this is Son. Without his weapon, since he knows what they're doing. Animation is hard. Kevin O said, I know they're not trying to act like Blake didn't always wear the bow. Like I said, since when Son needs his weapons when he can punch people. He said, I assume it's because gun checks are hard to animate. Yeah, that's a big thing. Are they lizard faunus? Probably yes. Kevin knows that. I think she's supposed to be a chameleon. Yes. I think that I'm still a little iffy on whether or not that's her semblance or her faunus trait. I think the whole color changing thing is her like semblance, but it goes with her faunus trait. And her faunus trait is just like maybe she has scales or maybe because that's not how chameleon camouflage works. Just throwing that out there. I first said the politics are slipping. Yay. It's Labor Day, so it's kind of a political holiday. Like I said, Atlas really seems to be the worst place ever for faunus. Yeah, but we already knew that with Weiss from Volume 1. I like how they are putting Sun Stand to use. Oh no 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 no! Goodness, that reminds me. So on October 7th, next installment of Ruby On will be starting. In it, I'm basically having Grim and Glade Arc use their semblance to create stands. Because JoJo. Because everything is a JoJo's reference. Anyway, seems like Sun Semblance is training during the day. Might be onto something there. They might pull a Birdman and make him solar powered. Notice I went with Birdman and not Superman. That was what I grew up with. I can appreciate how they don't want to fight each other. Yeah. Like I said, would make sense considering his name. He'd always deflect the bullets with his hot abs. Of course. Pepper said Ilya's cute. Yeah, you, and your brown anime women. Hideki Hiroshima said yes, Ilya is best faunus. No, Sun is best faunus. Hyper said, hop onto the podcast channel on this Discord. I might when I catch up with all the chat room stuff. And when I start playing again. We might have high powered on the stream. Apologize to Sun for once. Yes, thank you. So she's getting better. I broke her teeth. Teresa Herrera said, I wonder if Yang will have the trailer for fighting. They said that not all the character shorts will be action-oriented, and so I don't know if Yang's is going to be action-oriented or not, because I'm not sure if I consider Blake's to be action-oriented. Yeah, there's that little chase scene, but it seemed much more focused on her backstory with Ilya, and I'm covering up my face because reaction time is over. Remake said, well, so far the character shorts mirror the trailers in some ways, so I guess it'll be Yang looking for someone, or even Ruby, and punching people in the face. You're probably right. Hypar said we can stream PUBG. Since PUBG is an online game, I think that might be too much for my computer to handle. With everything else I have tabbed up to play. Guess. Said. Alright, so and now introducing special guest appearance, high powered.
Hold up a second. I gotta turn off this so I don't die. Actually, no. I just need to mute the audio. What am I doing here?
Yeah. Just mute the audio on my stream.
Be a professional here, but I'm not. Okay, here's my only fear with this trailer. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was really good because like we actually got to see a little bit more of like. I like how we have a reason of why Ilya's doing what she's doing. And then you could obviously tell, like, at a point in time, they were both, like, really good friends with each other.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to... It's funny to think that with Blake's personality, she was able to make friends before going to Beacon Academy.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we knew that they were probably friends.
I was still kind of hoping that Ilya like was crushing on Adam super hard, but then got cuckolded by Blake.
And now it looks like she was freaking crushing on Blake. Did you like my little sexy saxophone music I did?
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Definitely when Ilya's the quote-unquote LGBT character, a very vocal minority of the fan group has been foaming at the mouth for.
Oh God, that's you're. They're not. They're not. It does add diversity, and diversity, when done right, is a good thing.
My problem is, it's like, look at me, I'm a homosexual character, yay, and it's like, but if that's your only character trait, then like,
yeah,
you're worse than like that's like the worst type of one-dimensional character.
Yeah, don't do it like Don't do it like Mass Effect. What do I need? I was paying attention.
I'm still thinking. Okay, here's the only other fear that I have with the Blake trailer since it came out is I'm worried that they won't try to leave for the mainland until like the later part of this volume, if they even decide to leave. That thought process is just floating in the back of my head. I mean, okay, so whenever Ilya was talking about the mine explosion, was she implying that like her parents died in the explosion? I might have to watch it a second or third time just to confirm.
I mean, yeah, I'll watch it at least 2 more times before we do the official podcast. Ooh.
Platypus Man in the chat. I really hope that they were actually more than
Yeah, Ramikas. Yeah.
But I approve of any sort of lewd stuff though, so that's just me.
Why is there like a 2D holograph of a guy splattered on this mirror?
You might be on a delay, so I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, yeah, I am on a delay.
I'm thinking, I kinda hope that, that with the Yang trailer, it's literally like her driving around, and then she stops at the gas station to fill up, and she's like, oh, okay. Yeah, now I see what you're talking about there.
Now, I want, Blake has too many people crushing on her already. We don't hear what High Powered is saying. It's too low on his end. I could probably turn him up. Yeah, pretty much he's just enabling the lewds with Ilya and Blake. So any fanfiction writers watching this, get on that for High Powered's sake.
Yeah, I still need to get back to my frickin' fan fiction. I could probably post the second chapter if I wanted to. I think it just needs like a little bit more TLC on it.
Are you close? Things are getting complicated over here. I could really use your help.
I'll be there when I can, Kohler.
It makes me think of the old puppet shop. Remember the one when we were kids?
But yeah, if you need me to increase my output on my end, I can do that too also.
Nah, I still had the desktop turned down from the stream, or from the reaction. So, it was still like really quiet. All of my desktop audio was still really quiet. Where am I going?
You look like you're in some, you know, dusty crawl space in a Hitman game where you store all the bodies of a character because you're not good at the game and you have to kill everyone that you run into. It's like, man, this walker...
You're not wrong.
But, I'm hoping for Yang's trailer. Like, I want it to be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go fill up my motorcycle, which is the name of the lesbian ship that everyone wants to happen. Well, that a lot of people want to happen. And so, she goes and stops and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go grab the newspaper. And then, like, random... grabs the newspaper to catch up on current events. And then the person at the teller at the gas station is like, oh, I'm not going to do business with you because, you know, what you did to that one student from our school.
No, we've had our golden.
Like, I really hope that plays like some sort of thing in Volume 4. Like people just don't trust her and like give her shit for it. Which seems pretty reasonable in my point. Thank Vermad Kiss for letting me know that my voice can be heard. oh hey look, in this game it's an allegory for the Jim Crow law era.
Yeah, and their allegory for a black person.
Hey, I just want to check your doc. Doc Larry. Show me latest papers. Otherwise, you cannot go through here.
No, I didn't have to talk to these guys.
Yeah, there isn't going to be a whole lot to talk about though with this.
Yeah, well, we're also talking about Chibi. We're also catching up on Chibi.
There was some really good. The freaking noir segment was great. And I like how we've got a really good exploitable now with Oobleck, Port, Winter, and Ozpin looking at the screen.
Let's see, should I bluff this guy out, cooperate with what he's saying, or trash talk him?
I don't know. I'm a libertarian. I don't tell people what to do.
That's being nice.
I'll clear it up with the people I work for. They'll take care of it.
And who?
If not, you could always punch him in the face with your rocket fist.
You worried I might outrank you?
But that would also be a violation of the NAP, so...
Of course not. These rules, they apply to everyone. Besides, I am regional director of document checking. I report to God directly. It is God who tells me that if you continue this way, without proper permit, I am morally obliged to shoot.
I was gonna go fishing this morning, but like I just didn't wake up in time to go fishing, so I was like, oh well, I guess I won't go fishing because it's too late.
The way they make laws against your kind.
The summertime, you only got a window of like 2 hours after the sun opens up to really catch a fish.
Yeah.
What kind of understanding?
Lucky for you.
But I think the chase scene was actually pretty well animated, other than like the goofy wall running.
I'd have to see it. Okay, so in context, the wall running made a lot more sense because that was the momentum she had. That was like the direction of the momentum she had. It's not like the Sea Dragon fight when she was swinging around and just like from a standing jump, just like somehow spun around in different ways.
I think whenever it comes to Sun, we're going to see him using his stand a whole lot more. I just have a feeling they don't want to animate his gun nunchucks. Or his bow, or if they are going to animate it, it's mainly going to be in bow staff mode.
Supposing I wanted to pass through here right now, before getting this special document of yours. Any way for me to do that?
Sure. I suggest our pay-and-go plan. It consists of you paying me, and then me letting you go.
You mean bribery?
Wink wink, my friend. I prefer the term
bribe this guy.
standard fine. Tell you what, I'll even give you the good citizen discount. Just this once.
I don't have enough.
Oh no, I have no money. When you get taken to private court, but you don't have enough Bitcoin to bribe all the jurors.
Go see for yourself. My friend has documents to pass checkpoints.
But yeah, Devin, you're right. Blake is pretty hot. I don't really agree with her opening her mouth though, because I like her voice actor, as in like the sound of her voice. But yeah, she's definitely a very attractive character.
I give you address. Yes.
Is it just me, or did she seem to kind of have... Is it just me, or did she seem like she was putting on an accent in the flashbacks?
Behind the apartment building. Very easy to find.
I can see maybe how they're trying to direct her to be like, oh, you need to talk a little bit differently because you haven't been through all the shit that you've gone through in volumes 1 through 4, so...
Question.
Looking forward to the end of the day.
Don't blow your cover.
Oh. No, I did not want to do that. I hit the wrong button. Now I pulled my gun out.
Definitely violating the nap now.
Yeah.
So it was implied that like your character's kind of busted right now because of like I guess no one's getting implants or stuff like that anymore. So it looks like everything's hurting. Like he just drank a whole bunch of bone hurting juice. He was like, "Oh no, my bones, nothing works."
Yeah, the explosion earlier, like, took a lot of my stuff offline.
You looking for permit? This area is restricted to you, Og. Your kind is not. You looking for permit? You looking for permit?
I do like how in this one you could literally just go to the go to the market and like I'll take that gun. And then they're like, "Where's the money?" And it's like, "Here's your money." And then they hand you the gun, and then you walk away.
You have the money.
I'm okay with this.
Maybe. You want to tell me what I'm paying for exactly?
You paid to get your name on the list. Melina upstairs.
The ATF should be a convenience store, not a government organization.
Yeah.
Standard pickup fee will apply.
How much do you charge people for this?
Not people. Ogs. 35,000 credits.
I did like that little switchblade that he got though from the person at the market. That was a pretty cool little design. I'm 98% certain I have an idea what they modeled that switchblade after.
You're not even trying, are you? You just blatantly scam Ogs out of as much as you can.
You want updated permit or not? Documents are actually pretty good. You'll see. Trust me, the girl is very talented.
These documents, what
But yeah, I really hope they don't forget that, you know, Blake's not Blake,
just give me what you have.
Yang's probably not going to be really popular in Mistral.
How it works. Melina does surprisingly good work. Puts more effort in than we ask her to.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Oh, I went to go see the Hitman's Bodyguard yesterday with my folks. That's actually a really good movie. I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it.
Wasting my time, Og. You looking for permit? Over there. You hear that?
You should check.
You think after Rosika, business would be up?
I'll shoot you if I have to.
Hey, laying low. There's nothing.
Stealth mode activate.
Keep your eyes open.
Remember, Snake, this is a sneaking mission. Proceeds to pull out gun and shoot everyone.
With somehow better stealth than Metal Gear Solid.
Could that be?
Yeah. Actually, Metal Gear Solid, the Metal Gear Solid game that came out recently, actually has a really good stealth mechanic to it.
Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah.
Draw his attention.
No, I died. Rumika said Ruby could be popular in Mistral though, since she rallied the students at the start of the Battle of Beacon. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah, I could definitely agree that there. I'd like to see some sort of ramifications of like people who would recognize her.
Like, have somebody ask, like, are you the one that stopped the dragon? Like, I'm sure if word got out about that, then things could get really interesting.
Uh-oh, I'm famous, and not for the good reason. But then again, it seems like Salem's Central Intelligence Agency is pretty good. Devin, stealth has been probably one of the weakest parts of this show.
There's stealth in this show? In
all honesty, yeah, exactly.
Because I'm better stealth than Weiss. That's really not saying anything.
I mean, Weiss was able to successfully sneak out of, the mansion or whatever with the help of Port through the Underground Railroad or whatever they had at the mansion. Which, if you have enough money to build a mansion and you don't have secret exits or escapes, she just wants some normal knees. You should always build an escape tunnel if you can afford it.
I'm gonna hold off on that part. Just because I suck at stealth games. And I missed the jump that time.
I like how the people outside start shooting you too also.
Yeah.
Oh, but now the turret's shooting them.
Oh. Hit the wrong button again. I killed myself that time. Hitting the wrong button. I gotta figure out what the... The thing is, I'm using a PS4 controller. And so the, select button is right next to the touchpad, and the touchpad brings out my weapon.
It's not good.
No.
I want to know the rats gnawing on them.
What is this?
Santo and augmented people, just like osoba. Po útoku na Růžičkově nádraží se stále pohřešuje několik osob. Podrobnosti
Where was
najdete
it?
na státní policie. Potenciálně zmatené či zraněné jezdce.
Kitty Kirishima said, but she just wants normal knees. Rumika said, but she's special. Devino said, where do the gods fit into the world of Ruby? Do people worship them? That's a good question. Rumika said, not many people are religious these days. Because somehow, Ozpin and Crow hid an entire religion in a way that caused less of a panic than just letting people know what's going on would.
I still want my Grim worshipping cult, which we kind of have that.
That would be interesting.
All your frames are just disappearing right now.
Oh, are they?
Someone stole them. Probably just the stream though.
Oh,
you need to stop. Okay, there you go. They're back. The frames are back. It's just bad. I'm used to playing everything at 4K at 60 frames because I'm a PC master race. But I mean, it'd be cool if they kind of brought some of the religious elements into the show, like if there is any. But I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like if there was religion in Mistral, I mean, or just in Remnant to begin with. Yeah, there you go. Ramses brought up the same thing too. A good point. Also, Pierre knew the two brothers fairy tale. That's a good point right there to bring up.
Yeah.
But like I feel like if however religion would kind of be like Greek and or pagan, where there's like we just got a bunch of gods doing a bunch of like gods or whatever. But from the way that it sounds like in the Ruby universe, it has more of like what's it called, the clockmaker god, where he just creates where the god creates his creation and then just puts it on the shelf and walks away. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's popular in a lot of like agnostic stuff. Kitty Kirishima said, "It's my headcanon that people say, 'Oh my gods.' I'm sure there's some religious people though." Yeah.
There probably is, but
there's a couple shows that have like polytheism stuff where they say by the gods instead of my god or my god. I think Battlestar Galactica did that too. I'm not sure. I'm not overly familiar with Battlestar Galactica.
It's been a long time since I watched that show. I used to watch the show with my parents.
Yeah, it hit a resurgence a few years ago. This is a long load screen. Probably because I have a bunch of other stuff open.
Hey, so my dad was like, I go visit my dad before all like this flooding stuff happened in Houston, and he's like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I'm like, "Sure. What are you willing to give me?" And then he just hands me like a 400 gigabyte SSD, like a server grade, like industrial one, and I'm like, "Sweet."
Dang.
And then, well, what was funny was whenever I built my computer for the first time, he handed me a 1.4 terabyte like industrial grade server SSD, and like I looked up the civilian equivalent of it, and like it was like $1,400. My dad's like, "Yeah, we just have this stuff just lying around at HP," and I'm like, tempted to get an M.2. I think that's next on the list.
By the way, on the stream it looks frozen. That's actually just that was the game, and it fixes itself in like 30 seconds.
Are you telling me you don't think they should all be moved there? No.
Okay. Kind of
yeah,
frames dropping.
Yeah, a Grim worshipping cult would be cool. Let me think what else would be beneficial, so I say to the universe. And like they don't really have to say a whole bunch, like they could just like drop, like it could just be like a one-off line that some like random like only shows up once character says.
My goodness.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, all the people are taking shelter at the church on the hill," and then that's literally it. Like that's all they have to say. And I mean, even into also like if you remember the Volume 3 like teaser trailer that we got, like freaking Ruby basically busts out of a cathedral, like at the last little part. So.
You're heading into TF-29?
Not saying that there isn't no religion or whatever in Remnant. I'm just saying I would rather it not, like, if it's used well, it could be useful to the story, but I don't want it to like weigh it down. Which
Got it. I'll let you
some
know when
people
it's done.
may not like what I'm about to say though. But whenever that stuff came out at the last like Q&A they did recently, where they're basically trimming a lot of the fat of like team.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that more in depth in the podcast, I feel.
Yeah.
Wait, no. I didn't want to do that. The doors were locked, and so I just started pressing buttons, and it made the elevator go up again.
Oops.
See, I told you I suck at this game. Granted, this is the first Deus Ex game I've played, and I've only played it for like, what, 2 hours now? I played it for like an hour last night.
I was gonna say you shouldn't be playing PUBG because, oh, that's a game that you have to invest time in to like actually get good at it. It's like a lot of trial and error. I love it to pieces though. I'm still trying to get my chicken dinner after they reset everything in solos. I got a really good squads chicken dinner last night in first person. I think since they put in first person perspective, I think that'll probably be a little bit more user friendly to you at least. Because you played Rainbow Six Siege, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you kind of have to go at it with that mentality.
Can I not get in here?
The doors said they were locked unless you have a key in your inventory somewhere, but I would assume that like it'd be like, oh hey, it's automatically engaged, or maybe there's like a vent you have to climb into while the elevator is going down.
Oh god, that would be so annoying. Oh no, it just opened. They're probably looking at me like, we opened the door for you and you were already going back up. Idiot.
It's that person whenever you see a bunch of people walking into the elevator as he's getting off on the first story, just presses all the buttons and then walks out.
The bathroom. This is a very Minority Report.
So is this the underground CIA base?
Basically, Interpol, from what I've seen.
Ugh.
How do I get upstairs now?
I think it's funny how people think Interpol's like all badass and stuff, and they really are like, they're like the UN. They have like almost no power.
It doesn't. It might lead to another clue that will.
Oh, if anyone here has Netflix and haven't watched Narcos, you should watch it. It's an excellent show. Really good.
I can't testify. I don't have Netflix right now. I'll probably get it pretty soon.
You're here. You made it in. It's good to see you're okay.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a close call.
I gotta watch The Defenders at least.
A lot of people didn't.
I was here working.
And I'll probably watch.
One, right?
No, Defenders is Marvel. It's Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard the Iron Fist show wasn't that good. I watched the Daredevil one, and I've watched Luke Cage, and I really enjoyed those. But
Daredevil was awesome. Jessica Jones was awesome. Daredevil season 2 was fantastic.
Oh hey, that reminds me.
Luke Cage was cool, but got really boring really fast, which is, you know, that's kind of how Luke Cage comics go too. Luke Cage is just not an interesting character.
6 months. Can you believe it?
That's why he's never had a movie or
I'm
anything.
really glad you're okay.
Like, he barely works for a TV show because by the halfway point you're just like, okay, I've seen it all.
Come by later if you want to
I've
talk.
seen it, it's just the same thing.
Robert says I need to update my list and put Ileana, and I'm like, yeah, she probably gained a few points according to your system.
The Jinn still believe that we have told them what we need to know who wants them.
Robert says she gave us almost as much insight into being a faunus in the 3 minutes that Blake gives us in 4 volumes. The truth hurts.
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
I think what I'm gonna work on is, I think, if there's one thing I want to try doing in my free time is making like a hypercut of like volumes 1 and 2 together, so I could be like, hey, watch this.
No dental, no nothing.
So like it just cuts out all the like the unnecessary stuff in volumes 1 and 2, like especially in volumes 1. So like when people want to get into the show, I'll be like, here, watch this, and then watch all of volume 3, and then watch all of volume 4.
To disable that comms booster.
Yeah.
I think I might go fishing tonight before the stream,
Well,
though.
I remember the briefing, McCready. Disabling
So
before the
wasn't
podcast?
enough.
Yeah, for
Stopping
the
sale of
podcast.
Black market weapons and hogs was.
Fair enough, Jensen. You got me there.
Gonna try fishing
Anyway,
some.
look, with Singh's contacts in the desert, maybe something will ping on these gold masked jokers and we'll nail them quick. Probably just another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Ah, is that so?
I've got some small spoon little crankbaits here.
Come on, McCready.
Give that a
These guys are
try.
augmented with military-grade
goodness.
hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're
Oh
getting
man, the
some-
last time I went fishing, I think I went fishing like a few days ago, and I was pissed because I lost like a freaking $4 rattle trap. I was upset. I was sad.
Come on, McCready. We're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible.
Ah, man, the jury's still out for me though on if Blake will be making it back to the mainland in this volume though. But like, I'm kind of leaving more to the side. Whereas I feel like Blake will only leave Mistral once whatever like plot point is resolved in
I can appreciate
in Mistral.
that honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai, you can
I think I'm gonna
appreciate it. With that sandstorm giving us
hop
colonics,
off
shipping the jukebox out
Discord
the chopper was an inspired
and
choice.
focus on
But that mission is
stream
over,
for
and
just
your
just
involvement
probably
in it
another
ends
hour or
now.
two
Got it?
at
I'll
most.
leave you alone.
And then
So,
I just don't want to give out all my thoughts on the podcast or Chibi before the or the character short rather before the podcast, because I'm kind of formulating my thoughts right now, and I tend to brainstorm out loud. So
sounds good.
if I'm talking to someone, so this way I'll actually have something to say on the podcast.
I'll leave you to it.
It will probably also help with the stream quality. Yeah, I got it. It's nice talking.
Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, McCready.
No, it wasn't.
Oh. Ew.
Run DNA checks through all the alphabet agents. Agent Jensen.
You just said my name. Do you?
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again. In civvies, at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome, but I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get...
Jacob V11 said, come to Houston, high powered. We got plenty of water. I'm pretty sure he already is in Houston. Or Houston area, at least.
Not exactly. One of our blacks...
Evan knows that Blake got another ship.
I'll be dropped in as a captured...
I know why Blake is actually pretty hot.
After
If
I
only
contact my fellow
you would
prisoners,
just shut her dumb
I
mouth
shall lead
more
a very
often.
Convenient escape.
See, I'm not sure that would help.
Re-embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. I would feel safer if we'd been able to shut down that...
Her
signal
mouth
booster
is
at the
fine.
hotel.
It's what comes out of it
But
that's garbage.
I would feel safer if I took the test job. You see is what I do. We need to find out who hit us. And the Jinn will be looking too.
Could they get a bead on our gate crashers faster than TF-29?
Perhaps. They do not like loose ends. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, once. But it's a long story. Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly
A lot of talking and story in this game. I'm trying to pay attention.
Masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be ex-Bell Tower. Plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered the weapons. Unlisted. High spec. Military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Right. It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist. Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. Two other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day...
I know.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you only feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
Did he turn Irish for that last word? For that last word? In the real world. Oh.
What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year, the Collective shut down London's traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive voter fraud when they rigged the electronic voting system and elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia,
I've just been late picking up stuff. Picking up drugs.
millions of workers lost their jobs when the Collective leaked classified corporate documents, causing several Fortune 500 companies to go bankrupt. Between you and me, folks, the Collective is one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
First the Dubai mission, and now the train station bomb. Agent Jensen! This is a week for the record books.
Half the Cybercrimes Division is combing the web for any
It is
mystery guys from Dubai. That's not really our area of expertise. Miller wants these guys.
If we want to catch Janus, we're going to have to get creative because nothing we're currently doing works.
I've got to hand it to the transit authority.
It is
in as much of a hurry as you are then.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
And password that lockdown.
Agent Jensen!
Last night, the Collective published the tax returns for the 50 richest people in Switzerland. It made for some very interesting reading.
Cute. But they're never gonna be.
They're posturing, as opposed to conducting an actual investigation. Is it not a probable target?
Are you two actually trading the collective?
We're comparing notes. If we don't
Jensen, we need to talk.
we'll never track them down.
Oh, what does this guy want to talk about?
The explosion. We should relocate. I was thinking we could corner Director Miller together. Tell him it's not safe enough here.
We're fine, Chang.
The police station, the train station, we're next. I can feel it. I can more than feel it. I can see it.
Even though I said I don't understand
No one knows where we are.
Arrow
There's
at
no reason
all
to get
anymore.
paranoid.
Like what?
That's where you're wrong.
Whatever. I try to stay positive. Arrow's not worth staying positive over. I gave up after season 3.
Thought it was fake.
I wish it was fake. Miller's got
Season
me
3 was a
intelligent
chore to get through.
to help figure out
I've
who
never
these
been
people
so
are.
frustrated and
Meanwhile, maybe
bored
they're
with
trying
a
to figure
season
out
of
who
television
we
in my
are.
life.
Why else poke into an import company?
Only reason why I didn't
someone's
freaking
figured
drop
out
it
the
like a bad
company's
habit
front.
then was because I wanted to
Maybe they know what's really down here.
see all the
We have
crossover
a
stuff
lot
it did
of
with
enemies.
Flash.
The people who bombed the train station. You don't think they'd love to know where we are? You need to help me figure out who's looking into us and make them stop.
I'm gonna need more information about this snoop of yours.
I don't know for sure that our cover's been blown, but if it has, we need to know before our enemies have a chance to do something about it.
What can you tell me about our front company?
Praha Dovos was designed to be forgettable. The kind of place you walk by 100 times and still can't remember.
It obviously caught someone's attention. What happens if we're compromised?
My guess, we dismantle and disappear. Agents go into hiding, Director burrows into some hole, poof, no Christmas party.
You really think there's a risk here? Maybe someone's just poking around the fake website of a fake company.
If someone points a gun at me, I assume it's loaded. If someone hacks into the website of the company that serves as our cover, I assume they're doing it for a bad reason.
Such as?
Everything depends on who they are and what they know. But we're in the business of dealing with terrorists. If those terrorists find out where we are...
we're gonna find out,
Sure. More importantly, Chang
more
likes
about
being
these
in one
terrorists
piece.
in this
Unlike you,
game.
I don't just brush off explosions.
Or at least I am. I'm gonna play a lot of this in my own time.
You got an MO in this hacker?
I'm digging it.
But you're not convinced.
It's not as interesting as like System Shock 2, which is the other big PC game I have. But it's a lot.
My God, Jensen.
Forgiving.
Janus knows already.
When a game is
Hey, don't
forgiving,
say shit like that.
it tends to.
I need you to find out as much as you can about our Snoop.
Tends to make me happier. I suck at video games.
Alright, you have any leads?
I traced our hacker Snoop to an unrented apartment. Top floor, 33 Hlavny. Just down the street. This guy walks by us every single day. Probably walks in.
You're kidding.
See? You feel it now. The constant buried alive feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were supposed to be suspicious of things that go on outside these walls.
It's never that simple.
Just get into that apartment, access the computer they used, and find out what you can. And be careful, Jensen. We don't know who we're dealing with.
I'll look into it. As soon as I know something, so will you.
It'd be easier if someone would just step up and do it.
Look, I'm sorry. We're all in strung out shape.
I close my eyes, but all I see is streets of coke.
Did you hear about some kind of break-in at a biotech facility in Russia?
What these guys
Yeah,
might as well
hold
go.
Whoever it was got away with a deadly virus they assured them.
Hey, this wasn't the Vector issue, was it?
Yeah, that's it. Why? What's the big deal?
Look it up. Do the Jinn still believe what Sim told them, or don't they? We need to know.
Around the clock, around the world.
I'll look in here, see what's over here. Damn. Why I came in here earlier to save myself a lot of time, but I didn't know.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Sir, the last time you used this NSN, the log failed to delete properly. Supposed to, but there have been a few peculiarities in NSN functioning recently. I'm looking into their origin. Until further notice, unless you delete your logs manually, this is the NSN directory will be able to access a record of your communications, including those of personal link. Something. Gotta be something here I'm missing.
It is Jensen.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Is the primary concern, especially in the wake of the AUG incident, where millions of people lost their lives due to malfunctioning augmentations. Opponents of the legislation have been protesting all over the world, and many of the protesters have turned violent.
checks through all the
The escalation in the
Nothing.
violence and rhetoric has only widened the gap and polarized the dialogue on both sides of the issue. We will be watching the UN closely for any break in the story. This is Eliza Kazan.
I hate this. I really hate this.
Jensen, you'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere. It is Jensen. Yes?
Here we go. This could be something. Punching that grate. Max the Money said, watch the character short. Oh, we did. We actually did a live reaction here on the stream for it. Yeah. Feel free to let us know what you thought in the comments, and I'll read the comments and respond to it and stuff. This just took me all the way around outside.
Agent Wright, please report to your department. Agent Wright, at the department. Thank you.
Max the Money asked what time. Well, we've been streaming for, it was probably about an hour ago. I don't know. Back. I got the. I just don't know how to get in there. I don't want to go back out and deal with all the load screens. hate wandering around in circles, especially on stream. I know it's boring to watch and frustrating for anyone who knows where to go. I haven't attacked that and I can't. I am stupid. I accept that fact. If you're gonna leave angry comments about me missing that hatch for the last 15 minutes, I accept it. I need a second to comprehend my own stupidity there. Alright.
Alex, the whisper chip is in.
God!
Weird, it's already picking up a freak. Jesus, Adam, is Miller in there right now?
Shit, gotta go.
Jensen, I need to see you, now!
Agent Jensen reporting for duty, sir. Tried to do it earlier, but you were on a conference call.
Yeah, I was. Should I be worried about you, Jensen?
Sorry.
That blow you took to your systems. It's not messing with your head or anything, making you do things?
I'm not gonna go crazy and start attacking people, if that's what you're worried about.
Ooh.
You've been checked out then? The problem with your orgs is gone?
Not yet. Thought I should check in with you first, see if there was something I can do here.
I appreciate the spirit, but your top priority when we're done here is getting your system up and running. God knows, with all what's happened, I need you at 100% right now.
You sounded pissed when you called me in. Everything okay?
Don't ever leave the field, Jensen. You'll regret it. As soon as you strap a desk to your ass, you'll be swimming in goddamn politics.
The boss is giving you trouble.
Amen.
Oh, that? No, the Trouble's state police. They're pushing us out of the Rosika investigation. I want you over there to make sure that doesn't happen.
You're putting me on the train station attack? Not Dubai?
Forget Dubai. McCready's handling it.
With all due respect, we were blindsided in Dubai. And those mercs put up one hell of a firefight. I'd like to know who they were.
They were augmented, Jensen. Chances are this will lead right back home.
To the train station attack?
Maybe. It's possible. But we won't know for sure if we don't investigate both. Mac's a solid agent. I'm confident he'll dig up something on the gold masks. And once we get Singh reinserted with the Jinn, he might be able to use their network to find out even more, as long as his cover wasn't blown. Regardless, I want you looking into Rosika before the state police fuck up our crime scene.
Yes, sir. You said they're trying to push us out?
I sent Fletcher in this morning to oversee evidence collection. Seems he's being detained, because he hasn't checked in since.
They can't lock us out. The Czech Republic signed our UN mandate agreement. They gave us jurisdiction over terrorist investigations.
Yeah, well, the former director of their security information services runs state police now. He's come up with a loophole, claiming this attack falls under the homegrown terror exemption.
Homegrown? He's saying it's ARC? The Augmented Rights Coalition?
I don't care what he's saying. He may even be right. I just want us in there so we can find out.
A
Chang
chessboard
said
in
you've
the
got him cleaning up
background there.
telecam footage that was captured during the bombing. Maybe it can tell us something.
Maybe. But between you and me, Chang's become a little more unglued since Rosika. Not sure we can wait for him to get his shit together.
So where do I start?
Technically, you're supposed to speak to our psychologist before getting back into action.
I don't need a shrink.
Maybe not. But you do need to get your system sorted, so go take care of that. And let me know when it's done.
And then? How do I get to Rosika? The metro stop's been closed.
I'll work on getting you a ride. Just don't take too long, Jensen. We need to get ahead of this.
Copy that.
I'm doing extra communications.
The train station is spotty.
Let's pretend you're right. Why would somebody be reading our email?
And now, how do I get out?
Alex, did we get anything from the Whisper chip?
We got something, but Janus provided the wrong algorithm for the frequencies, so they aren't getting deciphered correctly.
Can you fix it?
I'm a pilot, not a programmer. I can do it, but it's gonna take some time.
Make the best of it, he says. What?
Frame rates dropping on all ends. It's the game. My computer, rather. My computer being a little underpowered for this. It's the game that's lagging.
I hate watching the news. Wars, famines, murders, diseases. Is my imagination or
Back of the train. Another long loading time. I feel like there's a lot more discussion that's gonna happen with the Blake trailer than there was with the Weiss one that we got last month. I don't know, it just seems viable. These load screens are kind of obnoxious. That is what they are. There are lots of Yangs in that train. Oh God. I just got what you said. Because they all have robot arms. Oh God. I mean, that is the thing, like, in this world, if Team Ruby were to, like, cross over with Deus Ex, Yang would be considered an AUG. She'd have to sit at the back of the train. I mean, I get that they were trying to draw, like, parallels with the AUGs and other, like, race groups, but I don't know. I feel like in real life, realistically, people with cybernetic limbs would be, like, considered awesome by most people. Dang. How many people do we have watching? Oh, there's only 2 people watching? Okay, finally. Yeah, it's been going for about 2.5 hours. I'm gonna next see what's going on over there. And then I'll literally call it a night or call it an afternoon. Reconvene with you all when I release the podcast that we're doing tonight.
I will charge you with obstruction.
You're trespassing, Metal Man.
There's just never enough fun.
So, my friend, you have the...
Don't forget about your permit authentication card.
Don't blow your cover.
Would hate to be caught without one of those.
What could that be?
I got the card though, I thought. The identification card thing isn't obnoxious.
security at the time. All of them.
Whew.
No, sorry, I am not
So
interested.
fucking cool. Someone turn up his head.
You looking for permit? Come back later. We're waiting for Nui.
Money is slow to a trickle.
Give it a little time. Stop it!
Good vision. I'll see you.
Check it out. Come back. You can get her.
I'm looking forward to squeezing into that uniform tomorrow.
Play, James, play! Humanity wins again!
Nope. That guy said, wow, small crowd. It's Labor Day. And it's, like, just afternoon. We had more people in here earlier. We had, like, 10 people in here earlier. The things just got really boring. I was in a very talky part of the game, and I was trying to pay attention. All the way back here.
No, we've had our golden.
Uh.
You did what? No shelter. You did no.
Fucking rookie. No pride.
That bombing was bad for business.
Hogs are getting attacked.
Why would you do that to your body?
Tell me you saw that.
Go. It's probably
A
not.
dead man! He's above us!
Come out, you fucker!
I'm gonna try going down here. I'm gonna try braving the gas. Nope. Nope, can't do the gas. Not enough time. Alright, so game plan. Gonna jump over that wall, shoot them before they even pull their guns out. Then I'm going to sneak in, use their machine guns to take down the cameras.
I think after Rosica, business would be up.
Move that
Wonder
dumb
what that
metal ass
Rondo
off.
guy wanted to talk about.
You make me sick.
We should
Speak
look.
English?
Stay ready.
Issue you about fly!
Ah, crap, wrong button.
Hey, we did it.
God, and you die so easily in this game too. I'm still not used to the controls. God, I just keep wasting time with this stupid side mission. They shouldn't even have to do. This is some
No, we've had our golden.
superfluous, like,
Milk and eggs or coffee.
freaking padding. It's padding. That's all it is. Padding out the runtime because they wanted to make the game so long and have so much to do that they decided to have this whole side mission about you don't have the right papers to get into that area that you need to get into in order to.
Getting a little more. Know why I never get to work that shit. I really want to leave roundabout now.
There's too many of us. Too many shares in the day.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
Dang. That's going fast too.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Please, don't shoot me.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
I'm not interested in killing you. Or
Arts
anyone
and
else.
I think you work for those
This
scam
part of the
artists out
game.
there. Or do they work for you?
It was never meant to be a scam. More like social services for the disaffected. You know, like no og left behind.
Looks like a forgery ring to me.
I hate the word forgery. I prefer graphic arts activism. to be other people.
Graphic arts
Seriously, try
activism.
getting anywhere with forgery.
Oh, wow.
You're involved in something that takes advantage of people, and you're worried about your resume?
That may have come out wrong. I mean, yes, career is important, but it's not everything. I know that. I tend to get really nervous when I'm stressed. I'm stressed when... which always just makes things worse. Oh, okay, look. I have no reason to be nervous here, do I? You're totally on my side, right? One of the good guys. Not like Drahomir. Military allies. Meanwhile, the other Ogs, they get kettled out of the city because their documents aren't up to date enough. That's what was happening to my friends.
Government corruption versus organized crime. And regular people get caught in the middle. You gotta love the classics.
When it was just me, I didn't charge anyone. But then Drahomir shows up and turns it into this big
By the way, this dialogue wheel is so much better than
I didn't want anything to do with
Mass Effect. Mass Effect was like, be a cool guy or be a douche. And we're just gonna, we're not even gonna, like, tell you what you're actually gonna say. It's just
you're looking at me now. You're not going to kill
good,
me,
bad,
are you?
and then you have to find out. Safe.
I'm not sure yet. Look, the real problem is Drahomir and that checkpoint of his. Without him in the picture, the rest of them couldn't run a lemonade stand. Maybe you could... you know...
You think I just walk around shooting people?
Don't you?
I like knowing there are other options.
Yeah, like
Okay,
tranking them.
So stab him, scare him, or get the police to do their job for once. I remember Drahomir mentioning this cop who threatened him. She was hanging around his checkpoint. Who knows? Maybe there really is one good cop in Prague.
That sounds like the safest bet. Otherwise, you're asking me to pick a fight with a bunch of guys in uniforms, scam artists or not.
The whole city would come down on you. Still, up to you how you want to handle it.
Right. And just so we're clear, you are going to stop forging documents now.
I don't like getting into trouble. And even worse is other people suffering because of me. No more faking documents ever again. Unless someone really needed one. Then I'd probably do it. I mean, if we knew for a fact that we could help someone, we should do whatever we can, right?
It depends what you have in mind.
The docs I make, they really can fool the authorities. Sort of.
Sort of.
Drahomir flooded the streets with forgeries, so the city started tracking more, adding scanners, validation numbers. Now, unless one of my permits gets activated in the city database, it's just plastic.
So you're telling me these people pay for forgeries and then probably get deported anyway?
It doesn't have to be that way. I have 2 permits that I literally just made. And I think we can really help these people. If you're willing.
Alright, how do we help?
Their names are Edward Broad and Irenka Bauer. Drahomir was going to charge them like 20 more times. But maybe you could just give them the forgeries? Early Christmas present?
You said it's just plastic, that people get deported anyway. How does this help them?
I think I know how to get them As long as you're willing to follow through.
Alright. I'll go meet Edward and Urenka. In the meantime, are you going to be okay here?
Once they learn that Drahomir's been taken care of, the others will leave me alone. He's the one I'm scared of.
I've already taken care of the guys outside. They won't be a problem.
Thank you. As mysterious military types go, you're pretty neat, I guess.
Yeah. See? Don't kill
By
people.
the way, there is a safe over there where they keep their money. I'll give you the code. 2489. Feel free to help yourself.
What about you?
Way ahead of you.
Just because Dragomir looks like a cop doesn't mean he's a real cop.
So, my friend, you have the card now, yes?
Sure beats knocking over liquor stores.
Don't forget about your permit authentication.
So, my friend, you have the card now, yes?
I know all about your extortion scheme, Drahomir. I'm here to put a stop to it.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I tell you what. You get out of here. Right now. And I'll forget all about your outdated documents.
I know you're not a real cop, and I know the forgeries you sell don't even work anymore. How much longer do you think you can keep this up once people realize you're just a con man?
The old permits may not work anymore, but my police credentials, very convincing. Show the right piece of paper here, fill the right pocket there. The cops won't touch me. Not over this.
Good thing I'm not a cop.
Look, Melena's the one you want, okay? She makes the forgeries. I'm just a middleman.
I've heard enough from Milena to know that isn't true.
You spoke to her? Look, this was never personal. If you value your life, don't make it personal now. I will kill to protect what is mine.
Your days of making offers are done. I didn't come here to negotiate. No more peddling false hope.
Is that right? I think you're all talk. And I think I can prove it. Boo!
That was fun.
Dang. Okay, so that was not a good idea. I'm just gonna try sneaking around it this time.
So get that wax out of your eardrums. And if you're just joining us,
Just because Dragomir
What
looks
a
like a
place.
doesn't mean he's a...
So, my friend, you have... So, my friend, you have the card now, yes?
I'm willing to pay you to pass this way. Only because I don't think you're worth the trouble.
Pleasure doing business with you. Have a nice day.
stupid planks.
So, my friend, you have the card now, yes?
Radíme všem občanům, aby se vyhýbali přelidněným prostranstvím a pokud možno nevycházeli z
Keep moving.
Need something. There.
Over there.
What?
Can you get me?
I'm gonna shoot him in the head!
I've killed you, Yogo, boss.
That is some bullcrap. That's some bullcrap. just want to get to the bookstore that I'm supposed to be getting to. Now I'm gonna cut the stream.
Just because Drahomir looks like a cop doesn't mean he's a real cop.
He showed me his credentials. They look...
Not from here, are you?
Evano said, please go easy on Yang Media.
You just walked up
Well,
to a
I
police
know
officer.
she has a couple of
And I have
issues
this
as a
funny feeling you
character.
expect something
Try not
good
to
to
go
come out of
full on fanboy. It's gonna be a little while before I'm able to...
I recently got stopped at a fake checkpoint. Heard there was a cop.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I do my honest look
Drahomir,
at Yang.
He's a slippery fuck. Pays off all the right people. Provides all these bullshit documents that prove he's legit. Regional Inspector, my ass. I'm putting a file together.
A file? This guy's dressing up like a cop and harassing hogs in the street.
Sounds like 90% of the people I work with. Listen, the right amount of coin in the right kind of pocket, fancy-looking paperwork, those things go a long way in this city. Especially if the perception is that he's not really doing anything wrong. Just giving Oggs a hard time.
There's more to it than that.
That's exactly what I think. Why don't you fill me in? What's Drahomir been up to behind my back?
Drahomir's checkpoint is the setup for a forgery ring. He's not just stopping Oggs and giving them a hard time. He's not just taking people's lunch money. It's extortion.
This forgery ring. You have an address?
I was inside. I saw the equipment.
You know what? You had me back at harassing. I've been dying for an excuse. A chance to go after someone who actually deserves it for once. No more hiding behind the people he bribes. I suggest keeping your distance. Official police business now. Stay out of it. Another one.
The place.
The dart.
So, my friend, you have the card. Yes?
Follow me! Milena, I've got an update on your friend Drahomir.
I've seen Drahomir pretend to be many things. My friend was never one of them.
It's been taken care of. He's not gonna be a problem anymore.
Thank God. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you did. Listen, if you ever need documents for something...
I'll be fine.
But what? I should have just let it go. Just let it go. These load times. I swear, like 30 minutes. Or like half this freaking stream has been.
Milena, I've got an update on your friend Drahomir.
I've seen Drahomir pretend to be many things. My friend was never one.
It's been taken care of. He's not gonna be a problem anymore.
Thank God. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you did. Listen, if you ever need documents for something.
Fine, thanks.
Trying to run.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Search and execute.
And now it's dropping frames again. I've almost out of bullets.
Cover's too hot.
Even kill one of these freaks!
Get out of my way! I'll handle.
Dang. If it sends me back to where, like, I'm almost dead from the checkpoint. I'm gonna cut the stream now.
Milena, I've got an update on your friend Drahomir.
I've seen Drahomir pretend to be many things. My friend was never one of them.
It's been taken care of. He's not gonna be a problem anymore.
Thank God. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you did. Listen, if you ever need documents for something...
I'll be fine, thanks.
Search and execute. Private property tampering witness.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
God. Getting frustrated. And its load times.
Milena, I've got an update on your friend Drahomir.
I've seen Drahomir pretend to be many things. My friend was never one of them.
It's been taken care of. He's not gonna be a problem anymore.
Thank God.
What?
I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you did. Listen, if you ever document for something...
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream. It's been real, guys. It was fun doing the reaction. But spawning me in the middle of a gunfight with no health is just not fun at all. Last call for questions. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I did at the beginning, and then it just got, like, really, really dumb. So, yep. Have a good rest of the day. Enjoy some barbecue. I know I am. Have a good night. Or have a good afternoon. Have a good day.